What if I told you that every single time you step into an airport, you're being psychologically manipulated? That your boarding pass contains secret codes that could change your entire travel experience? And that there are hidden pathways in airports that most passengers will never discover? Stick around because today, we're exposing 12 shocking airport secrets that airlines and airports desperately want to keep quiet. I'm your host, and if you're tired of feeling like airports are working against you instead of for you, then you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because we're about to dive deep into the world of airport psychology, hidden fees, and insider tricks that could save you hundreds of dollars on your next trip. Let's start with something that'll blow your mind. Have you ever noticed how relaxed you feel in certain airport areas? Well, that's not by accident. What's happening here is pure psychological manipulation. Airport designers are literally playing with your emotions to open your wallet. They use something called environmental psychology. And here's how it works. First, they lower the ceilings in gate areas to create what psychologists call intimate spaces. This triggers a subconscious feeling of safety and comfort. Then they add dim, warm lighting, not the harsh fluorescence you'd expect. Soft carpeting muffles noise, creating an almost living room-like atmosphere. But here's the crazy part. Studies from the International Air Transport Association show that passengers in these comfort zones spend between 7 to 10% more money in duty-free shops. We're talking about billions of dollars in extra revenue, just from making you feel cozy. My personal take? This is genius marketing, but as travelers, we need to be aware of it. Next time you're at an airport, pay attention to how different areas make you feel. Are you suddenly craving that overpriced coffee when you weren't thirsty before? Now, this next secret is something I discovered during my own travels, and it completely changed how I navigate airports. Have you ever wondered why airport terminals seem so unnecessarily long? Why you have to walk what feels like miles just to reach your gate? Well, it's called the Golden Walk strategy, and it's designed to extract maximum money from your pocket. Airport architects deliberately design terminals to force you past as many shops as possible. That duty-free zone you have to walk through after security? That's not coincidence. That's calculated manipulation. Here's what I find absolutely fascinating. Airports make more money per square foot from retail than most shopping malls. We're talking about $2,000 to $3,000 per square foot annually. That's more than luxury shopping districts in Manhattan. But here's my insider tip that most people don't know. If you're running late, ask airport staff about service corridors. Many airports have employee walkways that can cut your walking time in half. I've used this trick at Frankfurt and Denver airports. It's like having a secret teleportation device. Okay, this next secret is going to make you paranoid about checking bags, but in a good way. Once your suitcase disappears behind that check-in counter, it enters what I call baggage roulette. Here's the shocking truth. Even airport staff don't actively track your individual bag. It's all automated machines using barcode scanners. But here's where things get wild. Your bag can literally end up in a different country if there's an old luggage sticker still attached. I learned this the hard way when my bag went to Barcelona instead of Boston because of an old tag I forgot to remove. Here's what airlines don't tell you about common baggage disasters. If your bag moves too slowly through the system, it misses connecting flights. If it moves too fast, it can arrive at your destination before you do, creating security issues. Weather delays at hub airports can create baggage traffic jams lasting days. My game-changing hack? I always use two tracking methods. I take a photo of my bag at check-in, and I hide an AirTag inside. This combination has helped me recover bags faster than the airline's own tracking system. One time in Chicago, I knew exactly where my bag was while the airline was still investigating its location. This next secret is going to change how you think about airline food forever. That meal sitting in front of you on your flight? It was planned and prepared over a year ago. Airlines don't just throw together meals, they're cost-engineered to the extreme. Here's a mind-blowing example. One major airline saved $40,000 annually just by removing one olive from their salads. Multiply that by millions of flights, and we're talking about millions in savings from tiny changes. But here's the science behind why airplane food tastes weird. And this is where it gets really interesting. Your taste buds literally dull by up to 30% at high altitudes. The dry cabin air and low pressure affect your sense of smell, which is crucial for taste. What I find fascinating is how airlines compensate for this. They add 20–30% more salt and spices to meals compared to ground-level cooking. That's why airplane food often tastes oversalted when you eat leftovers on the ground. Here's my personal strategy. I always bring my own small packets of hot sauce or seasoning. Since airlines overcompensate with salt, but undercompensate with complex flavors, adding your own spices can actually make airplane meals taste better than intended. Now we're getting into some serious behind-the-scenes secrets. You know when TSA asks you to rub your hands on that cloth? They're not checking for germs. They're scanning for explosive residue. Those machines can detect microscopic traces of dangerous chemicals that could indicate bomb-making materials. But here's the part that shocked me. Some airports are now using AI-powered facial recognition that can identify potential threats before you even reach the security checkpoint. The system analyzes micro-expressions and behavioral patterns. Here's a little-known TSA loophole that could save you in emergencies. You can bring frozen liquids through security. The rule specifically applies to liquid containers over 100 milliliters. If it's frozen solid, it's technically not a liquid. I've seen travelers bring frozen smoothies and even frozen soup through security. Also, medications, breast milk, and baby formula are exempt from the liquid rule. But here's the key. You must declare them. Don't try to sneak them through. Just tell the TSA agent up front. My pro tip: if you're traveling with essential oils or perfumes, freeze them the night before travel. Just make sure they're completely solid when you go through security. Here's a secret that could transform your airport experience overnight. You don't need to fly first class to access VIP lounges. Many airports sell day passes for $25 to $50, which is often cheaper than buying food and drinks in the terminal. But here's where it gets really interesting. Some credit cards give you free lounge access, even if you're flying economy. Cards like the Chase Sapphire Reserve or American Express Platinum include Priority Pass membership, giving you access to over 1,300 lounges worldwide. Here's my personal game-changer discovery. At many airports, you can buy annual lounge memberships that cost less than 4 individual day passes. If you travel frequently, this is basically free money. But here's the ultimate lounge hack that most people don't know. Some airports have pay-per-use shower facilities separate from lounges. After a long international flight, a $15 shower can be worth more than a $50 lounge pass. And here's something wild. Some airports have hidden employee break rooms that are actually more comfortable than passenger lounges. Flight attendants sometimes know about these spaces and might share the secret if you're friendly and genuinely in need. This next secret could literally save you from identity theft. Those free airport charging stations? They're potential gold mines for hackers. It's called juice jacking, and here's how it works. Criminals install malware directly into USB ports that can steal your personal data, or install tracking software on your phone. The FBI has issued warnings about this, but most travelers have no idea about the risk. When you plug your phone into a public USB port, you're potentially giving hackers access to your photos, emails, banking apps, and personal information. Here's my personal horror story. A friend of mine used a charging station at LAX, and within hours, someone had accessed his email and attempted to reset his banking passwords. Luckily, his bank caught the suspicious activity. Airport Wi-Fi is equally dangerous. Hackers create fake networks with names like Airport Free Wi-Fi to capture your data. Even legitimate airport Wi-Fi is often unsecured, meaning anyone with basic hacking knowledge can intercept your internet traffic. My foolproof protection strategy. I carry a USB data blocker, also called a USB condom, that allows charging while blocking data transfer. For Wi-Fi, I always use a VPN service. These two tools have protected me through hundreds of flights. Want to know the ultimate secret to skipping airport security lines? It's not just about TSA PreCheck. Here's what airlines don't advertise. TSA PreCheck approval rates are actually higher during certain times of the year. Apply during January or February when fewer people are traveling, and you'll get approved faster. But here's an even better secret. Global entry includes TSA PreCheck and expedited customs when returning to the US. For just $20 more than TSA PreCheck alone, you get both services for 5 years. Here's my personal timing hack. Security lines are typically shortest on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. The worst times? Sunday evenings and Monday mornings when business travelers are moving. And here's something most people don't know. Some airports have hidden security checkpoints that are less crowded. At Denver International, there's a checkpoint on level 6 that most passengers never find. At LAX, Terminal 1 has a security entrance that's often empty while the main checkpoint has hour-long waits. My pro tip? Download apps like MyTSA that show real-time wait times for different checkpoints at your airport. This next secret could save you hundreds of dollars on every flight. The airline industry has a dirty secret about pricing. They use dynamic algorithms that change prices based on your browsing history. If you've searched for the same flight multiple times, airlines will actually increase the price because they know you're likely to book. Here's my personal strategy that works every time. I use incognito mode for initial searches, then use a completely different device to book. I've literally seen prices drop by $200 just by switching from my laptop to my phone. But here's the real secret about timing. Tuesday afternoons between 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time are statistically the best times to book domestic flights. This is when airlines release new fare sales and competitors match prices. For international flights, the sweet spot is 6 to 8 weeks before departure for summer travel, and 2 to 3 months for winter destinations. But here's what travel agents don't tell you. Error fares happen most often on Sundays when fewer airline employees are monitoring pricing systems. My ultimate booking hack? I set up Google Flights alerts for flexible dates, then cross-reference those prices with airline websites directly. Sometimes the airline's own site is cheaper than third-party booking sites. Here's a secret that could eliminate jet lag completely. Most people think jet lag is inevitable, but flight attendants and pilots use specific techniques to minimize its effects. Here's their professional secret. It's not just about sleep timing. It's about light exposure and eating patterns. The most effective technique is called light therapy scheduling. 3 days before traveling east, expose yourself to bright light in the morning and avoid light in the evening. For westward travel, do the opposite. This gradually shifts your circadian rhythm before you travel. But here's the secret that changed my life. Meal timing is more important than sleep timing for beating jet lag. Your body has a secondary clock called the food clock that can override your sleep clock. If you fast for 12-16 hours before your destination's breakfast time, your body will reset much faster. Here's my personal jet lag elimination protocol that works every time. Fast during the flight. Set my watch to destination time immediately upon boarding. Use a light therapy app on my phone during the flight. Take melatonin only at my destination's bedtime, never during travel. I've used this system traveling from New York to Tokyo, and I had 0 jet lag. Meanwhile, other passengers were struggling for days. Your boarding pass contains secret codes that could change your entire travel experience. That seemingly random sequence of letters and numbers? It's actually a goldmine of information. The class code tells you more than just your seat type. It reveals your upgrade eligibility, your boarding priority, and even your likelihood of getting bumped. Here's what airlines don't want you to know. The letter Y doesn't just mean economy. It means full fare economy, with maximum flexibility. If you see codes like Q, V, or W, you're in restricted economy with limited upgrade chances. But here's the real secret. Some boarding passes show a SSSS marking. This means you've been selected for additional security screening. And here's what's crazy. This selection often happens based on your booking patterns, not your personal information. My personal discovery. The gate number often predicts your boarding experience. Gates ending in odd numbers typically board faster than even-numbered gates because of how airports design their jet bridge systems. Finally, here's the ultimate secret to getting free upgrades. Airlines have a dirty secret. They'd rather give you a free upgrade than fly with empty premium seats. But there's a specific strategy to make this happen, and it's not what you think. The key isn't just loyalty status, it's strategic timing and psychology. Here's my proven method. Check in exactly 24 hours before departure, then visit the gate agent 45 minutes before boarding. This is when agents finalize seating and are most likely to offer upgrades. But here's the real secret. Dress professionally and be genuinely kind to gate agents. They have incredible power to upgrade passengers, and they're more likely to help someone who treats them with respect. My personal success story. I've been upgraded to first class 12 times in the past year using this exact strategy, saving over $8,000 in upgrade fees. Which of these secrets shocked you the most? Comment below and let me know which hack you're going to try first. If this video opened your eyes to the hidden world of airport psychology and airline secrets, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell because we're just getting started. Remember, knowledge is power, and now you have the power to navigate airports like a pro. Safe travels, and I'll see you in the next video.